Hello and welcome back to another Marvel Champions live stream. It has been way too long. I've been out for a while. I've been at a ton of conventions. Just got back from Con of Heroes up in Roseville, Minnesota, and now I am finally back streaming. It really has felt like a significant amount of time, which it kind of has been. But I'm happy to be back. We are doing a Rocket Hero Spotlight. Hey, Mastermind. Hey, Beast Snow. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing just fantastic. We are doing a Rocket Raccoon Hero Spotlight today. We're going to do something a little different. So I have switched to doing expert mode on some of these hero spotlights. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of do a pseudo expert standard where we're going to be taking on Mutagen formula. I'm going to try out Mutagen formula for the first time on one of these hero spotlights, but we're going to be doing standard, as in like the 1-2, stage 1 and 2 Green Goblin, but we're also going to be utilizing the expert encounter set. So it's going to be kind of a mix of the two. And the reason being is that expert Green Goblin, expert Mutagen formula is an absolute brutal encounter because on stage 2, you have to deal out 2 encounter cards. On stage 3, you deal out 3 encounter cards. And so it can be pretty tough. It can be really, really tough. And so instead, we're going to try do a little bit of hybrid and see how that works. Hey, Maddie, thank you for the sub. Like, stand hand if you want. Oh, if you will, taken from Arkham Horror. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a way to get another villain into the rotation without it being kind of too crazy. And that's kind of what we're highlighting here on these hero spotlights, is trying to find villains that don't break the mold too much so that we can kind of focus on the hero and not necessarily the villain. So I don't want to do someone like Hela, who requires a very specific deck build. I want to do someone who can mainly highlight the hero. We can play around with a lot of different ways that the hero can approach the game. And so I think this is going to be a fun one. And Green Goblin is not an easy encounter. And so starting with 16 hit points on phase 1, 18 on phase 2, we'll see. But yeah, I have played a lot of Marvel Champions recently. It's been a good time. Just got back from kind of Heroes, and so that was a ton of fun. By the way, Guardian Spotlight on the eve of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Coincidental? I think not. I actually haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I know a couple people went at Con of Heroes and they said it was really good. I've heard really good things about it. I just have not seen it yet, but I do want to see it. It looks really cool. I love Guardians. I'm watching through the MCU as I'm going through the Marvel Champion Cinematic Universe as well. And I just finished up Guardians 1. And so, such a good movie. I love the movie. Great soundtrack. Oh yeah, so Con of Heroes, played a ton of games. I have a recap video coming out actually in about 55 minutes, roughly. And that talks about everything that we did. One of the things that I want to look at here real quick is I did have everyone I played with, or most everyone I played with, sign my playmat. And so they have this custom playmat that they gave out everybody. And I got to, everyone who played with me got to sign. So we got Steve Kimmel. We've got, I don't know anyone else's. We got Eric from the Step Into the Portal. Caleb. So I got to play with Caleb, who's the designer of the game. DM Tip over here. I love DM Tip's signature. It's a great one. Anyways, all of that being said, it was a really good time. Highly recommend if you are able to make Con of Heroes. It's a good time. That being said, let's play some Marvel Champions. I've been playing a lot of multiplayer Marvel Champions, and so we get to transition back to the solo. And so Rocket as a solo hero is a fairly decent solo hero. He is all about dealing overkill damage. He's also a tech hero. We just did the Iron Man hero spotlight, who likes the tech cards. Rocket as well likes the tech cards. And the reason being is because on his alter ego side, he has the tinkering action where he can choose and discard a tech upgrade that we control to draw 2 cards. And then on his hero side, he has Murdered You, which is after you deal excess damage to an enemy, you get to draw a card. So he has a lot of these cards, like his particle cannon deals 4 damage with overkill, triggering his murder do ability, so you get to draw cards. Now, one of the things that's really cool about Rocket is that he has all of these cards with charge counters, and those charge counters means that they don't get discarded when they run out. And so you can use all 2 counters on particle cannon and it stays out. Now it is a restricted card. It takes up that restricted spot, but you can flip down and discard a particle cannon with no charges on it in order to trigger the tinkering ability. He's got a couple of ways to, deal AoE damage. He's got a couple of, he's a really good thwarter. He's got a 2 thwart. I think he gets up to a 3 thwart with his boost. Yeah, his thruster boots. He can get up to a 3. And then he's got his I Got a Plan. After you make a basic thwart, you get to ready him. He gets +1 thwart while in hero form until the end of the phase. Hey! Hope you had fun at the con. I did. It was a great time. Thank you so very much. And so with all of that, he's got these really cool salvage resource cards, which are double cards, mental wild. And after you spend this, put a tech upgrade from your discard pile on top of your deck, and so you're able to kind of recur some of those tech cards that Rocket loves so much. He's got a lot of restricted cards and cybernetics. Yeah, he's a really fun hero. I'm excited to dive in and play with him. And we're going to be starting out with aggression, because I think aggression, I don't know if aggression is going to be his best aspect, but I do think it has a very high potential of being one of my favorite aspects with him, because he does trigger off of all of that overkill damage. Aggression has the tools to deal overkill. Hey, is this the Rocket Hero Spotlight time? It absolutely is. We are diving in and playing Rocket Racoon. Yep. Your favorite Guardian? Nice. Yeah, okay. Well, so I played a pretty good amount of Drax at the con, and Drax is a blast. I remember really enjoying Drax. He went back in the box, and I just never pulled him out. And so I pulled him out at the con and played, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 games with him, and he was a beast. I really, really enjoyed Drax. Okay, so when we're deck building for Rocket, we do want to lean into the that was loud. Do want to lean into the overkill to trigger the murder do ability. Now that is whenever you deal that damage, not an ally, and so we have to just kind of think about that. But being a Guardian, he has the access to a lot of the pretty good Guardian allies. So we got like Drax, we got Groot, we got Martin X, we got a lot of like pretty good allies, which we'll probably use. Oh, Gamora is incredible. That we'll probably use to kind of fill out his kit, and mainly for chump blockers, because when Green Goblin attacks and damages you as in your identity, you place a threat on the main scheme. Now, Rocket can deal with that threat, but we would like to avoid that if at all possible. The other thing that we want to be thinking about with Rocket is that he has a really good alter ego ability. He has the ability to tinker, drawing those 2 cards, and so once you run out of those charges, you want to be drawing into using that tinkering ability. So we will probably want to look at some Confuse. So Professor X is going to be a pretty solid add to a lot of these decks. Let's go ahead and just grab Prof. I think he's going to be good. I think we have 2 Professor X's, right? Yeah, we do. Perfect. So just going through and looking at the gray cards, anything that we want to, look to take out rather than include. And there are a couple of them out there. Hey, Miss Zilla, how's it going? The other one that I was looking at is Endurance. We definitely probably want Endurance. Rocket has 9 hit points. Now he can get higher hit points, and with like his cybernetic skeleton, I think that's the only one that actually gives him health. Yeah, so thruster boots gives him aerial. Yeah, +3 hit points. So he can get up to 12. Endurance puts him at 15, but he has no, he can be kind of squishy. He's got that 1 defense, so he's probably not defending too much. His justice will be interesting after Psylocke Oh yeah, yeah. I thought you were talking about the ally, but yes, the Psylocke hero is going to be a lot of fun. What was I doing? Um, Ingenuity. That's what I was thinking. So he is a genius on his alter ego side, and so we can play with ingenuity, which is a really solid a resource generator. So you can play it only if you have the genius trait, and you can exhaust ingenuity to generate a mental resource. Now, this is especially good for Rocket because his Guardians, the Guardians don't have a Twin Carrier or an X-Jet or one of those wild resource generators. And so getting a resource generator in the form of Ingenuity is really solid. That's one of our resource generators. I think what we'll do is we'll probably pull out a helicarrier. We may not include it, but it's going to be nice to just kind of have on the table to be thinking about. So helicarrier is out here. Rocket defending is like asking Hulk to thwart, right? Throw Rocket in front of everyone. Um, okay. And then we may drop a mansion in here. Let's look at our basic allies real quick. And the way that I kind of want to approach the aggression build is with mutagen formula. We have a lot of minions in here, and so kind of leans into Rocket's ability, which is one of the reasons why I picked mutagen formula. And I want to lean into a hone technique build with Rocket. Now I don't want to do the dive bomb. I think hone technique dive bomb with Rocket very strong. Absolutely. I want to try and avoid that just because I want to do something different. His I've got a plan is the answer to clear the threat off the board. Yeah. Yeah, that. Then we got Professor X, and in solo he has so much damage coming from his upgrades that his basic activation is probably going to be used to thwart, and thwarting two every round is really good in solo. And so I've got a plan, does get you up to 5, and so that can help clear some side schemes. We also we'll probably throw some minions and our allies in here to help us thwart a little bit. Rocket is awesome with the repurpose build. Yep, that's what I want to do for the green build because I haven't actually played Rocket in repurpose yet. So let's look at Groot. I really want to try and add Groot into this deck. So Groot is a 1/2 consequential 6 health. But after Groot defends against an attack, heal 2 damage from him. Now this is going to be really good because there's a lot of minions coming out in this scenario, and a lot of minions coming out as boost cards. So like I think Goblin Thrall, put Goblin Thrall and play engaged with you. Goblin Soldiers the same way, and so Groot is going to have a lot of targets to defend against, and so that's going to be nice. Is there a limit to his I've got a plan thwart? I don't think so. Jamaica basic thwart. Ready Rocket, he gets +1 thwart while in hero phase into no? Yeah, so I mean you could run 2, you could hit 2 of these. And so you could thwart for 2, thwart for 3, thwart for 4. And so that'd be 9. And so I mean he's got a repurposed thwarting build could be kind of interesting. Hey, how's it going? Finally able to catch you live. Welcome. So happy you're here. We're probably gonna grab an Ironheart. Ironheart is just so solid. I don't know. I think we're gonna leave it there for no, wait, sorry, Gamora. Gamora is really good. Gamora is really good, but actually, no, yeah, we're gonna keep Gamora. Okay, let's look at our red cards. So we want to run into the hone technique build, and the hone technique, one of the things that Steve from Play the Game does a lot is he'll run multiple hone techniques so that he can get it and then hit that kicker. We will run 1, potentially 2, just to. I'm not 100% sure we're gonna have the deck space to run 3. We may not have the deck space to run 2, but we're gonna do that. We're gonna grab a Hall of Heroes. Hall of Heroes says that after you defeat a minion, you place a glory counter there, and then you can exhaust Hall of Heroes as an alter ego action. Remove 3 glory counters to draw that many cards, which is going to be dumb. I'm very happy about that. We need some aggression attack events to trigger off of home technique. I've got a plan is great with Battle Fury when playing red, just an easy way to get all of his guns. Get ready with all of, oh yeah, Battle Fury, where after you defeat a minion, you can deal a damage to return it to, or to ready your hero. Yeah. Ooh, Pitchback is also in play. Actually, let's look at our high cost. Let's go Clobber, 2x Clobber. We're gonna avoid combat training because I think a lot of our basic I think a lot of our basic activation is going to be thwarting, and so combat training, I don't know if we'll get the full utilization out of that. We've got to go with Relentless Assault. It's got Rocket on it. I mean, come on. We've got to do it. I'm going to run 3 Relentless Assaults just because there's so many minions in this scenario that giving them that overkill damage, we can probably hit that physical kicker. That is one thing that I do want to make sure. We don't have a ton of physicals, so Martial Prowess could be in play here. We have Martial Prowess and an Ingenuity, which could hit both kickers that we need for the Relentless Assault overkill as well as the Hunt Technique. Fusillade. Ooh, good call. Yeah. Yes. Got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yes, definitely Fusillade. Good. Great call. Let's run 2 of these. Yeah, that's a great call. I was running Fusillade Fluid Motion build with Drax. It was a lot of fun. Now I know Drax is his best aspect is probably that protection build with all of that, but I wanted to run him in aggression just to see what was going on, and I had a ton of fun with that. Let's grab one of these Martial Prowesses. Get one of our restricted generators out here just to see how it goes. That does put us at 3 resource generators. Now we could consider Hall of Heroes a potential, like half of a resource generator, I guess. And so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. You don't have the Venom hero. Venom is a lot of really cool. No Quarter is interesting, especially since we're running with a ton of these red cards. Warrior. Aggressive Energy is also an interesting thing to go because he has a lot of overkill. He has a lot of like his, what is it called? Schadenfreude? Freud? His healing. Yeah. To the end of the turn, heal 2 damage from Rocket each time you deal any amount of damage to an enemy. What are we sitting at? Hey, Magic Moose Moo. How was Con of Heroes? It was incredible. It was so much fun. Who is this? I don't think... Did you used to stream like this in the past? I did. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I felt like, you know, a throwback stream. We'll try it again. Why not, right? But yeah, Con of Heroes was great. It was... I went to Gamma, which is a conference in Reno, a professional conference in Reno. So I went there, and that was 2 weeks ago, I think. And so that was a good time. And then we went to, I came back on Sunday night and then left on Wednesday for Con of Heroes. It was a busy time, but I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. I heard Lorcana was big. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Lorcana was awesome. Lorcana was great. It was a lot of fun. I'm really interested in like the gameplay mechanisms of Lorcana. It feels like a very approachable game, which is going to be a lot. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Yeah, it was. They have set a good foundation, and so I was happy with the gameplay there. Yeah, I got to play. Yeah, so I played Uh, I only played it once. I only played it once, but it was yeah, it was a good time. Do you always go to Gamma? So I went last year for the first time. Last year was the first time they had media at the con, and as like a sponsored media at the con. And so I went last year, and then I went again this year, and I will continue to go. So it's a really good conference if you're in the industry. Um, I think Gamma's in Louisville. It is. Yep. Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah, we'll see you there, Luther. Yeah, Gamma is moving to Louisville next year, so it's gonna be in Louisville, Kentucky next year, and so that's right in my backyard. I grew up in Louisville. Any YouTube videos on Gamma from your end? So yes, I did a YouTube video. I put it on the board game channel rather than the Nelson All Over Cards channel, and so it's on the Nelson All Over channel. And I did a Gamma recap, top 3 games, and that good stuff. And so that's on that channel. Um, did you get anything exclusive or make any new friends? Um, at at Con of Heroes, they gave out the exclusive stuff. So like they made like new mod sets and a new campaign and everything. It was a good time. Made a ton of new friends. I was showing this off earlier on the stream, but everyone who signed or everyone I played with got to sign the mat, and so I had everyone who I played with sign the Con of Heroes mat, and so that was just a ton of fun. Got to play with Caleb, Steve, Josh, DM Tip. It was a great time. It was a great time. You're 4 hours east of Louisville. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I'm in Cincy. Alrighty. What did I miss? What did I miss in chat? Um, one by one warrior skill, aggressive energy. I like it. Yeah, that's gonna be huge. Yes, yes. Actually, I'm gonna go melee before. I'm getting pretty expensive. Got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. We can probably do both of those, but melee has that mental resource here. So Caleb told you all about the news cycle, right? No, he was tight-lipped and sealed. um, I come to Cincinnati a few times a year, about 3 hours from there. Sweet, yeah, no, just shoot me a Discord message or something. We'll get a game in. There are a ton of FLGSs here that we can go play. Is everyone in Con of Heroes like really good at the game, or are there newbies? Everyone has experience with the game. There's varying levels of experience at there, but I mean, like there are people who had started less than a year ago that were there, and then there are people who have been playing since the core set dropped, and so it was a really cool experience because there's a lot of variety and there's a lot of people with varying levels of experience there, and so that was a ton of fun, and it's really cool to just see how different people approach the game. And so like you have me who's primarily a solo player and I'm trying to build for multiplayer, and then you get to see combos that I just don't get to interact with because they're not necessarily great solo combos. And so it was a good time. Um Melee, that's what I was doing. Didn't he at least say Daredevil is coming in 2024? they That would be nice. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. We are probably going to run a power of here. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 targets minimum for a power of protection. The power of protection, or power of aggression. Wow. Uh, yeah, we'll do that. I'm thinking of villain theories or thoughts and suggestions on resource cards and how you want to really kind of cap out at 7 just to avoid a resource lock in your hand. Now, Rocket can kind of get around that with his really incredible card draw. And so we're looking at 2 power loves, the doubles, which I have not grabbed. the doubles, and then his salvages. And so that does put us at 7. And so we're probably tapped out on resources at this point. And I think I'd rather have the power ofs than the aggressive energies, mainly because we are running the hone technique. I bet Daredevil is now the most asked questions the designers get. I wouldn't be surprised. I think they get a lot of that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4. We got one more spot, which I guess we could go more. We have some pretty good card draw. We have a lot of good attack events. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so I feel really comfortable with that martial prowess being in there. We're not gonna run the next copy of Hone Technique. I think we'll be okay with that. The no quarters. No quarter would be good. We're going to drop out the Ironheart, add a Psylocke for more confuse. Psylocke is just so hard not to put in a solo aggression deck at this point. She has that confuse. Another ally. Hey Socratic, how's it going? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we bring in another ally. Green Goblin doesn't have any attachments. Like, he doesn't have a Sunfire target. Also, we need a mod set. If anyone has a suggestion for a mod set that we want to run against, let me know. What about, what's our lightning? Nah, Wasp is not. Ooh, Tiger. No, because we want Rocket to be killing. Spider Girl. Spider Girl is interesting here. Or Hulk. Hulk is also interesting. Hulk could probably get us the 2 blocks. Spider Girl could stun and confuse a minion. Locust, if she isn't champion locked. Ooh, yeah. Locust is so good. I got to play with a group that was, so I just went and tried to play with as many people as I possibly could when at the con. And so like I would come in and just like approach a random table and ask if I could play, and everyone was super great and they all said yes. And so I felt bad kind of crashing a lot of tables, but it was, I sat down at a table where there were 3 people running a Go for Champions loop, and I didn't have a champion, and so I was just, I was the weak link there. I think oh, let's go Throg. Yeah, let's go Throg. Let's go Throg. Okay, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 5. That puts us at the 25. And we are good to go. So Green Goblin on stage 1, because we are playing that pseudo expert where we have the expert stuff. Power Stone, Longshot, and Reavers. Interesting. Okay, yeah, why not, right? I haven't played Power Stone in the longest time. So we'll throw Power Stone there. Reavers is mean. Yeah. Reavers is mean. And Longshot in there too? Cool. Let's go. Okay. So, Rocket's all about overkill. We got a lot of overkill targets here, so that's going to be a lot of fun. We do start out with one of these nasty thralls engaged with this. Also, I may pull out one of the con mod sets for one of these, because that sounds kind of fun. Because they put together like a Con of Heroes campaign, which I think Brant played on Step Into the Portal. They also had these like challenge cards. So like this is Amp It Up. So the Operation Zero Tolerance side scheme gains an Amplify token while there's no threat on it. When a card is placed under it, add 3 threat to it. And then you play this with Project Wide Awake and Goblin Gear, and so it's just like a ton of like challenge scenarios. They had the 3 game campaign. Then they had a ton of modular sets, and they had a replacement for standard, which was pretty cool because every single card interacted with your Nemesis set. And so it was like, put into play your set aside Nemesis or your Nemesis minion. The boost card would be like reveal another boost card from your Nemesis set. So there's a lot of like really cool interactions there. But it'd be cool to do to try one with that. Power Stone. Power Stone is interesting. I haven't played with Power Stone in a long time. So for unleashing the Mutagen, we have a setup to put a Goblin Thrall minion into play, engaged with each player, shuffle the encounter deck, and advance to stage 1B. So Goblin Thrall is here. He has guard, and then we thwart out at 7. It has a when completed in each player order. Each player not engaged with the Goblin minion must discard 3 cards and put the first Goblin minion discarded this way into play, engage with them. This starts with 2 threat. And we lose it at 7, goes up 1 per round. Goblin is a 1/2. He starts with 16 health, which I think we're good. Yep. And starts with 16 and has a forced response. After a Green Goblin attacks and damages you, place 1 threat on the main scheme. And he is sitting at a 2/3, I guess, with the Power Stone. The Power Stone states that after a hero or villain deals 3 or more damage to the attached character with a single attack, attach Power Stone to the attacking hero or villain. So it's going to be hopping back and forth. Ideally, we will have Rocket kind of hang on to it for the entire time. We got Power of Aggression, we got Energy, we got Melee, we got Hone Technique, which is huge right off the bat. Love that. We got Thruster Boots, which is nice, gives us that +1 thwart, and the aerial traits. I'm not 100% sure we need that turn 1. Now, we could tinker this, which is something that's kind of fun, right? You can play a 2 effective cost, 1 plus the card itself, and tinker it immediately for 2 card draw. And so that's just a way to cycle your deck. But Green Goblin with the Power Stone? Yeah, it's Green Goblin with the Power Stone. Why not, right? And then the other thing is we got Hone Technique. We'll keep Energy. We'll keep Melee, I guess? I don't know. No, we'll keep the Relentless Assault. No, we'll keep the Melee. Because the Melee, we can kill. And then we get the Power Stone. But we need a mental for that. So we might as well just hang on to the Thruster Boost just so that we have it. That being said, I really would like Ingenuity. We're an altar, by the way. We'll keep the boots, and we may just tinker the boots. Okay, so we got Gamora. That's what we will do. We'll play the Thruster Boots, and then we'll tinker the Thruster Boots to draw 2 cards. We got Professor X and Genius. Okay. We have too many resources. Okay. Fine. We'll flip up to hero form. We will go ahead and use Power of Aggression and a Energy to play Hone Technique. Get that building card onto the table. And then we will... No, we're gonna play Professor X. We have to play Professor X. And we'll drop the Confuse here. Professor X will go ahead and thwart down this main to 0. Rocket will hit here for 1. And then we have a blocker for Green Goblin. We just saw all of our resources go by. Let's go ahead and stand up. We have 5 Power of Aggression. Jeez. I got a plan. Hall of Heroes. Okay, that's nice. Fusillade. 2, 4. Relentless Assault. Alrighty. Start of the villain phase, we're going to place 1. Green Goblin has the Time Stones in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Now Power Stone in this. Right? Nice. Goblin is going to attack us for 3 plus a boost. We're going to block here with Prof. It's going to be +2. Professor dies. We'll take the 1 from the Thrall. And then we will Skullbuster. Teamwork. Toughness. Uh-oh. Teamwork with Reavers. And then force response after Skullbuster engages you. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each Reaver minion engaged with you. So that's going to be 2. Gross. Okay. Let's go ahead and play Hall of Heroes. We're going to knock this tough off. And we're going to play Relentless Assault here. So it does 7 damage without overkill, but we'll kill the Skullbuster. That will give us 1 counter on Hall of Heroes. I've had a bad time with Skullbuster. Oh, really? Really? He's mean. He's mean. So we're looking at 3, 4. I think I'm gonna flip down. Rocket does not like to get hit. Let's go ahead and flip down and we'll stand. Got Clobber. Martial Paralysis. Melee. 2, 4. I've got a plan. Where are my guns? Reload. I need a gun. Yeah, he came out with the Reaver's card when they can't take damage. Ooh. Ooh, gross. Ouch. We got 1 here. Goblin's confused. Thrall is going to add an additional 1. And then we got an encounter card. I found playing multiplayer at the con really lets the encounter deck combo with it. That is true. Yeah, teamwork is absolutely insane in 4-player. Because teamwork is whenever another minion with that trait enters play, everyone with teamwork activates. And there's a lot more minions with those traits in multiplayer. Goblin Soldier. When defeated, deal 1 damage to the engaged player. Okay. Okay. So we've got we may should have added more allies into this. Let's go ahead and flip up to Rocket. Let's go Clobber and Reload for a Martial Paralysis. At Martial Paralysis, I got a plan and Clobber for a melee, so it's 6 and 6. So we'll kill here. We take a damage. We get 2 counters on Hall of Heroes. Oops. Yeah, we're going to thwart 2. Poor Rocket's about to get hit in the face. Murdered you. Yes, thank you. Get to draw 2 cards, which did not help. That's the whole point of the deck, and I just completely forgot. Okay, draw 2 cards. We got Groot and Salvage. Unfortunately, no good. There, I think I may hang on to these though. I should have murdered you last time as well, but I forgot about that. So okay, we got Psylocke now. We got Battery Pack. I have not drawn a gun. Wow. Okay, so let's go 1. Goblin's going to attack us for 2, 3 plus a boost. We're at 7 health. Let's take it. 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. to place a threat. Our encounter card is Goblin Soldier. Okay. I have the Cybernetic Skeleton. Or not the but the Thruster Boots. That's my only tech card. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go Salvage, Reload, and Battery Pack. Yeah. We're gonna go these three to place Psylocke. Psylocke, since we played Salvage, we get to place a tech, which we're actually gonna place Battery Pack back on top of our deck. Psylocke is gonna come in. She has 2 psionic counters. Whenever she attacks, which we will do right now, we remove 1 psionic counter, confuse the enemy, and deal 1 damage to it. So we're going to confuse here and deal 2 damage. We're going to thwart 2 here. We're going to flip down, and we're going to trigger Hall of Heroes next turn, not this turn. I needed damage for Psylocke. Okay. Groot is going to be nice to get out. I'm going to keep him. So let's go ahead and stand up. We're easily going to be able to pay for him next turn. Ooh, perfect. Okay. Cybernetic Skeleton, Schadenfreude, Battery Pack Groot. We got a lot of healing, Helicarrier, and there's our Ingenuity. Let's go. Okay. So we got 1 here. Goblin is confused. His soldier is going to scheme for 1. We got Overconfidence. Green Goblin schemes. Uh-oh. If at least 3 threat was placed, this card gains Surge, so it's going to be 2, 3, which is enough to kill. Yikes. So this gains Surge, but this also pops. Each player not engaged with a Goblin minion, so we're good. Must discard. When revealed, advance to stage 2B. We lose at 11. This starts with 4. And then X is the number of Goblin enemies in play. So currently it's going up by 2 each round. Surges into the Assault, which surges into Death from Above. Green Goblin schemes. So he's scheming with plus X, where X is the stage number. So it's 1, 2, 3. Put Goblin Thrall engaged with us. So 3 total. Okay, well, that happened. That's cool. That's cool, guys. Yikes. Yeah, that was a lot of threat. That was a lot of threat all of a sudden. But I think we're going to probably be fine. So let's go ahead and Hall of Heroes for 3 cards. Got Battery Pack. Endurance. Give me the Particle Cannon and Throg. Okay, Throg is fine, I guess. We're gonna do our Tinker thing again. I think I want to get Throg out. I think at this point I can't necessarily play Helicarrier. We'll play Battery Pack and Tinker Battery Pack. Strength and Rocket's Pistol. Okay. All of my big guns are at the bottom here. Okay. But we're in a fun position right now. Because we're gonna go Strength for Ingenuity. We are going to play Schadenfreude. We don't have a ton of damage, but it's anytime you deal any amount of damage to an enemy. And so we have 1. Rocket's Pistol is 1. We really don't have a lot of damage. We need to figure out how to get a Murder to you. We can maybe go here. We're at 2. A basic activation deals 1 damage and heals 2 at this point. I'm wondering if that's we have to do that. Too much threat. Too much threat. We'll flip up. We're battery pack, and ingenuity for a Schadenfreude. So, till the end of the turn, heal 2 damage from rocket each time you deal any amount of damage to an enemy. So we will hit the Thrall here for 1. That's going to heal us for 2. We are going to I'm going to go Cybernetic Skeleton for a pistol. Comes in with 3 counters on it. We're going to have Psylocke attack for 1 here. We're going to pistol for 2, which murdered you. Which I get to draw a card into another Rocket's pistol. I heal 2. Oh my goodness. I do not like what is happening. We can drop an endurance, which is going to get us up to 9. Rocket's pistol will get us up to 11. That solves the immediate issue of health. Now we then have to probably block with Psylocke, which is not where we want to be. Oh, Hall of Heroes. Thank you. Yes. I'm gonna go, or I mean, we could get no. Groot is long term. The other, we cannot get Rocket's pistol and Throg out. We can get Throg out and hang on to a pistol. At 2, 4, 6, 7, going up to 9. That's so dangerous. Let's go Throg for a pistol. Actually, you know what? We need to drop Throg because we need a blocker, because that's going to put us up to 10 if he attacks and damages us. But we do have Psylocke as a blocker. I'd rather not have Psylocke as a blocker, honestly. That way we can get another Confuse. So let's hang on to Endurance. Let's drop Throg, who comes in with the tough status card because we are engaged with a minion. We are not going to attack or do anything with him. We're going to hang on to Endurance and we'll stand up. Gross. Okay. Probably should not have played Schadenfreude there, but here we are. Salvage, Fusillade. That's 3. Particle Cannon, and Relentless Assault. Alrighty. So we're going to go up by 2. This no longer has a win defeated. I guess it does. We just lose. The win defeated is now you lose. Goblin is going to attack for 3 plus a boost card. We're going to block with Throg. Plus 3, which kills that tough. Soldier is going to hit us for 1, which we will take. Our encounter card is going to be touch the enemy with the highest printed hit points and without another copy of Goblin Glider attached. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. He gets plus 1 attack. We can spend 2 lightning resources to discard it. Okay, now cool. Alrighty, so let's go Psylocke. We'll use the counter to confuse and deal 2. That will kill Psylocke. No, that's not the right. You shouldn't play because they're always the hardest game. So Gabi is riding on a glider, which is the top of a glider. Yeah, it checks out. With the Power Stone. With the Power Stone. Don't forget the Power Stone. Never forget the Power Stone. Okay, so confused there. Throg is exhausted. We have endurance. Let's go prowess and ingenuity for a relentless assault. So it's going to deal 7. We take a damage and 2 overkill because of Hone Technique. Murdered you triggers. There's our rocket launcher. We just decked out, so we get an encounter card. Relentless assault does get in the shuffle back. Okay. We could steal the Power Stone at this point. which I think is probably the right call. We need to figure out threat. We need to figure out what we're going to do about that threat. Or 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 out of 11. It's going up by 1 right now. He's at 10. We don't have... Okay, let's go rocket launcher and Let's go rocket launcher to pay for endurance. Just going to give us 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll go salvage and fusillade to pay for particle cannon. So that's our second restricted. We have 2 restricted. And then we'll place particle cannon back on top with salvage. We'll thwart for 2. Woo. I think we will go ahead and steal the particle cannon here. Actually, yeah, before we thwart, actually, we're going to use particle cannon to deal 4 damage to Green Goblin. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get the Power Stone, then we're going to thwart for 3. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. I think I may hang on to the Rocket's Pistol. The 2 damage right now on call is nice, but I'd rather set that up and use the Rocket's Pistol for a minion that comes out. That being said, I could just take it down to 0 and tinker it next turn. Because if we get a minion, I'll probably use the particle cannon for the minion, actually. Okay, let's stand up. Okay, we got rocket launcher, energy, power of aggression, relentless assault, give me a minion, and Groot. Groot's back. So we go up by 1. Goblin's going to attack for 3 plus a boost. Throg will block. 3, put Goblin Thrall engaged with us. That will kill Throg. We take 1 from the Thrall. We got 2 encounter cards. Shadows of the Past. Cool. I'm happy for that. Blackjack O'Hare comes in with Quick Strike and Villainous. Then we have an Amplify icon. Cool. Okay, so this comes in with 2. Blackjack O'Hare is effectively hitting us for 2 plus a boost because of the Amplify. And we're at 6 health. I'm okay with taking that. So 2 plus a boost plus 2. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 down to 2. We got caught off guard. Discard an upgrade or support that we control. Pass. No, thank you. It's gonna be a pistol, I guess. I'm very sad about that. Endurance kills us, so we can't do that. Okay. Wait, it's 5 because it's 1 plus 2 plus 1. So it would, yeah. So I just said that he had 2 with the Amplify, but he actually only has 1. Okay. So we have a lot of things that we have to deal with, which is right where we want to be, right? So let's go ahead and just Relentless Assault the Blackjack O'Hare. No, we'll Relentless Assault the Goblin Thrall. Math is hard. Math is hard. Does Blackjack get the Power Stone? No, it says whenever a hero or villain deals. So not minion. So we'll Relentless Assault the Goblin Thrall. We'll use these as physical. And so, because you double and you can only choose one of them. I think that was the latest ruling. That'd be crazy. Yeah, just it hopping around everywhere. That would be fun. That'd be a fun mod set. Okay, so 5. Actually, no, that's the only red card we have. I can't guarantee that we're going to draw into another red card. So we'll go ahead and hit actually the Thrall. 2 rolls over to Green Goblin there. Murdered You triggers, and so does Hall of Heroes. Okay. Yeah, we'll particle cannon here to kill Blackjack O'Hare, which will have 1 roll over to Green Goblin, taking him down to 3. I do not want to push him at this point. Pushing him would be very detrimental to everything that I want to do, and so we're not going to do that. Get another Hall of Heroes counter. We are going to go ahead and get Groot out. Groot's going to be a nice defender for us. We will go ahead and thwart 2 here. The reason we're not going to touch here is we're going to be flipping down. Did I mismurdered you again? Oh, it's Schadenfreude. I was just thinking about that. I was like, did I just miss that again? Okay. You thwart for 3 with Power Stone. I do thwart for 3 with Power Stone, don't I? Thank you. I need to... Let me just get a stupid counter out here. That way I can... +1. +1. Now it's official. We'll flip down. I'm thinking we don't tinker here. I think we tinker next turn. We tinker the particle cannon next turn, and we Hall of Heroes the next turn. We are at 2 health, so we'll hang on to Schadenfreude because that would be nice to be able to trigger. Okay. Happy with that, happy with that. Not happy with this, what happened there, but that's fine. Okay, we'll stand up. We're going to hang on to... I'm going to hang on to both of them. Got Thruster Boots. I've got a plan. 2, 4, 5. And Professor X. So this goes up by 1. Green Goblin's going to scheme, but he's not going to scheme. And then we've got Under Fire Surge. Reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Goblin Reinforcements. Place 1 additional threat here for each Goblin minion in play. So that's 0. And then Cybernetic Enhancements. Attached to a minion. Otherwise, this card gains Surge. And 2 Goblin Thrall. Perfect. Okay, I was hoping that we would have someone that we could kill. Okay, so Goblin Thrall is out here. And it is now our turn. Seeing that is our turn, we'll go ahead and Hall of Heroes for 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll tinker the Particle Cannon for 2. 1, 2. And now we have a book to play with. Clobber is not going to be the best option for us, I don't think, because Clobber's not going to be great because I don't want to kill. I guess we could Ingenuity, Martial Prowess, Clobber the Goblin Thrall here. Then we get we'll do that. We don't have overkill, right? We do lose a melee on that if we do it like that. I think it's probably better to melee to hit that pushes the villain, and then that okay. So many things going on. We're going to flip up to hero form. Let's go ahead and use a melee and a rocket launcher to play Schadenfreude. So until the end of the turn, heal 2 damage from rocket each time you deal any amount of damage to an enemy. We're going to go Ingenuity, Prowess, and Clobber to play melee. So this is going to be 6 and 6. Boom, boom. So that's 2 murdered use. 1, 2. And we push. When revealed, deal 2 encounter cards to each player. We heal for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we get a Hall of Heroes. So many things are happening, and that's exciting. We still have a lot of cards in our hand, so that's fun. I do want to go ahead and get a pistol out. We're going to toss a reload for a pistol, because we have another reload. We'll use a pistol to deal 2 damage to Green Goblin, which will take him down to 16. Let me fix that real quick. And heal us for 2. Let's go ahead and we will thwart 2 here. I'm honestly trying to figure out if we need... So at 16, we're doing a lot of encounter cards, which is kind of scary. I think I would rather not play... I've got a plan. I've got a plan is also 2 health for me, which is at 8. Or we could thwart 4 off of here. I'm not too concerned. The Amplify here, I think we're just going to have Groot tank that. We could also play Professor X. Professor X and a Thruster Boots. Or Professor X and a Reload. I think Professor X is a really good play here. I think we're going to definitely play Professor X. Let me see what we want to play. If we play Professor X, we can also play a 1-cost card. And I think I would rather play... probably Reload than I've got a plan. Because Professor X is going to help with a lot of the threat. So yeah, let's do that. Bring him in. We'll confuse the villain. Professor X will go ahead and thwart for 3 off of the main. The Amplify icon is not too bad. We're going to reload the pistol, which we'll go ahead and use. Deal 2 and heal 2. So we're up to 10. Groot's going to hang out. We're at 14. I'm actually thinking that Groot may want to swing at Goblin. Swing at Goblin. Because there's not that many. I mean, there's like monster and everything in there, but a lot of the minions attack for 1, so we could heal him back up if we wanted to. Let's stand up. Got all of our resources. I'm telling you, we are doing a really good job drawing resource cards together this game. We got 1 here. Green Goblin is going to attack for 3 plus a boost. We'll block with Professor X. Got an assault. And we've got 3 encounter cards. Murray Reese. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the cybernetic enhancements attachments and attach it to him. Okay. So attached minion cannot take damage. After attached minion attacks, discard cybernetic enhancements. Cool. Gang up. Awesome. Big fan of that. Okay. So the villain and each minion are going to be attacking me. And so we got an attack of 3 here. We got an attack of 3 plus a boost here. I think we're actually going to have Groot block Green Goblin. That way we can hang on to the Power Stone. And actually, it's actually 4 because of the Amplify over there. Yeah, we're gonna have Groot block the villain. So it's going to be +1. That's going to kill Groot. Minion here is going to deal 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we discard this. And we got Master Plan, so we got 4 more on the Amplify. Ah! Okay. 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 So we'll strength and relentless assault to go here. Overkill 2. 1, 2. Murdered you happens. We get to draw a card into clobber. And Hall of Heroes triggers. So we get 1 there. Actually, that was dumb. We're not going to use strength. We're going to use these 2. And it's going to be +2. That was dumb on my part. So +2 on the overkill. 1, 2. So we're down to 8, which is not out of the realm of possibility. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that is so frustratingly close. Oh, no, we have home technique already. So we got 5 for clobber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basic attack for 2. And then Rocket's Pistol for 2. GG's. That felt like a fairly on par level of difficulty that I was looking for. Thanks, Socratic. And I guess murdered you, right? Because I overkilled. I didn't forget that time. But yeah, no, that felt like a fairly good level of difficulty for like this kind of series that I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to showcase kind of everything that's going on with the hero. And so I think that worked out fairly well. That was fun. Sweet. Alrighty, so we are going to I like that emote, Miss Zella, that's fun. We're going to go ahead and do the next one. I'm thinking, what are we thinking? Do we want to do what aspect do we want to do? Go ahead and throw that up in the chat if you have any aspect. I'm gonna go to the be right back. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and then if no one chooses an aspect, we will choose randomly, and that'll be fun. Alrighty, we'll see you soon.